ship is wrecked. Gone down with all hands.
All merchandise lost.
What news on the Rialto? Why, yet it lives there unchecked, but Antonio has a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas. Goodwin's, I think they call the place. A very dangerous flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried.
What say you?
I would it might prove the end of his losses.
Wine.
How now, Shylock? What news amongst the merchants?
You knew of my daughter's flight. None so well. None so well as you.
And Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was Fledge. And then it is the complexion of them all to leave the down.
She be damned for it.
Tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no?
Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
I'm sure if you forfeit, you will not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me and hindered me 500,000. Laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands? Organs? Dimensions? Senses? Affections? Passions? Fed with the same food? Hurt with the same weapons? Subject to the same diseases? Healed by the same means? Warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge? If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be? By Christian example. Why revenge? The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will bear the instruction.
Antonio is at his house. We should speak with him.
How now, Hugo? What news from Genoa? Have you found my daughter?
I often came where I did hear of her, but cannot find her.
There. A diamond gone. Cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. I never felt it. Till now. I would my daughter were dead at my foot. And the Jew in her ear. No news of them. But loss upon loss. The thief gone with so much and so much to find the thief. And no satisfaction. No revenge. No ill luck stirring. But what lights on my shoulders? No sighs, but of my breathing. No tears, but of my shedding.
Yes. Other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard in Genoa.
What? Ill luck?
As a ship wrecked coming from Tripolis.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Oh. Heard you in Genoa. What?
Your daughter, spent in Genoa, as I heard. One night, 80 ducats.
You stick a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 80 ducats. At a sitting. 80 ducats.
There came various of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice that swear he cannot choose but break.
I am very glad of it. I'll plague him. I'll torture him. I am glad of it.
One of them showed me a ring he had of your daughter for a monkey.
Out on her! Jubal, you torture me. Was my cry. I had it of Leia, her mother, when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it away for a wilderness of monkeys.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
That is true. Cuba, go. Find me an officer. Bespeak him a fortnight before. I will have Antonio's heart if he forfeit. Go, good Cuba. At the synagogue, Cuba.
There is a lighted at your gate, a young Venetian, one who comes to signify the approaching of his lord. I have not seen so likely an ambassador of love. A day in April never came so sweet to show how costly summer was at hand as this forerunner comes before his lord.
No more, I pray you. I'm half afraid you will say anon here's some kin to you who spends such high day wit in praising him. But come, Nerissa. For I long to see quick Cupid's pose that comes so manly. My sonny, O Lord, love, if you're willing to be. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you. Yourself knows hate counsels not in such quality. Or two before you venture for me. I could teach you how to choose right, but then I break my oath. That will I never do. So may you miss me. And if you do, you'll make me wish that sin that I had broke my oath. did mean. One half of me is yours, the other half yours, mine own I would say, but if mine then yours, and so all yours.
Let me choose. For as I am, I live upon the rack.
Upon the rack, Bassanio? Then confess what treason there is mingled with your love.
None, but that ugly treason of mistrust, which makes me fear the enjoying of my love.
Aye, but I fear you speak upon the rack, when men enforced do speak anything.
Promise me life, and I'll confess the truth.
Well then, confess and live.
Confess and love has been the very sum of my confession. But let me do my fortune and the caskets.
Away then. I am locked in one of them.
Tell me what is fancy bred, or in the heart or in the head. How big God, how nourishing.
So may the outward shows be least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what please so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice, obscures the show of evil. In religion, what damned error but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. Look on beauty, and you shall see 'tis purchased by the weight. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, I will none of you, nor none of you, O pale and common drudge tween man and man. But you, O meager lead, which rather threatens than does promise aught, your paleness moves me more than eloquence.
Here choose I.
Joy be the consequence.
Oh, love be moderate. I lay your ecstasy. I feel too much of blessing. Make it less, but fear is sad.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod has come so near creation? Move these eyes, or whether riding on the balls of mine seem they in motion. But her eyes, how could he see to do them? But look how far the substance of my praise does wrong this shadow in under praising it. so far the shadow doth limp behind the substance.
Here's the scroll, the continent and summary of my fortune. You that choose not by the view, chance is fair and chooses true. Since this fortune falls on you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, and hold your fortune for your bliss, turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll, fair lady, by your leave, I come by note to give. And to receive. Like one or two contending in a prize that thinks he has done well in people's eyes, hearing applause and universal shout, giddy in spirit, still gazing and in doubt, as doubtful whether what I see be true, until confirmed, signed, ratified by you.
You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better. Yet for you, I would be trebled 20 times myself. 1,000 times more fair. 10,000 times more rich, that only to stand high in your account, I might in virtues, beauties, livings, friends, exceed account. But the full sum of me is sum of something which determined gross is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed. Happy in this, she is not yet so old, but she may learn. Happier than this, she is not bred so dull, but she may learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed, as by her governor, her lord, her king. This house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lords. I give them with this ring, which when you part from, lose, or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love. And give me vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins, and there is such confusion in my powers. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from thence. I'll then be bold to say, Bassanio's dead.
My Lord Bassanio, and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish. And when your honors mean to solemnize the bargain of your faith, I do beseech you, even at that time, I may be married too.
With all my heart. If you can get a wife.
Thank you, Lordship. You have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress. I beheld the maid.
Is it true, Nerissa?
Madam, it is.
Oh.
And do you, Graziano, mean good faith?
Yes. Faith, my lord.
Our feast shall be much honored in your marriage.
For 1,000 ducats.
What, and stake down?
No. We shall never win at that sport with stake down.
But who comes here?
There are some shrewd contents in yon same paper. But to steal the color from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could turn the constitution of any constant man. What worse? And worse. With leave, Bassanio. I am half yourself. And I must freely have half of anything that this same letter brings you.
Sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman, and then I told you true, and yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was a braggart. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my dear friend to his mere enemy, to feed my means. Here is the letter, lady. The paper is the body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound issuing lifeblood.
But is it true, Salerio? What all his ventures failed, what not one hit? From Tripolis, from Mexico, from England?
Not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the Duke, he would not take it. He plies the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state if they deny him justice. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificos of greatest port of all, persuaded with him. But none can drive him from the envious plea of forfeiture, of justice, and his bond.
When I was with him, I have heard him swear to Tubal and to Cush, his countrymen, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of the sum that he did owe him. And I know, my lord, if law, authority, and power deny not, it will go hard with poor Antonio. Is it your dear friend that is thus in trouble?
The dearest friend to me.
What sum was he to do?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
No more. Pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Double 6,000 and then treble that. Before a friend of this description should lose a hair through Bassanio's fault. Let me hear the letter of your friend.
Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried. My creditors grow cruel. My estate is very low. My bond to the Jew is forfeit, and since in paying it, it is impossible that I should live all debts are cleared between you and I. If I might but see you at my death, notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If love do not persuade you to come, let not my letter.
Oh. Dispatch all business and be gone. First, go with me to church and call me wife. Then, away to Venice to your friend. For never shall you ride by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You shall have gold to pay the petty debt 20 times over. When it is paid, bring your true friend along. Meantime, myself and Nerissa will live as maids and widows. Come away, for you shall hence on your wedding day.
Jailer, look to him. Tell me not of mercy. This is the fool lent out money gratis. Jailer, look to him.
Hear me yet, good Shylock.
I'll have my bond. Speak not against my bond. I have sworn an oath that I will have my bond. You called me dog before you had a cause. But since I am a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke will grant me justice. I do wonder, you wicked jailers, you are so fond to come abroad with him at his request.
I pray you hear me speak.
I'll have my bond, I will not hear you speak. I'll have my bond, therefore speak no more. I'll not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool to shake the head, relent and sigh and yield to Christian intercessors. I'll have no speaking, follow not. I will have my bond.
It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with man.
Let him alone. I'll follow him no more with bootless prayers. He seeks my life. His reason, well, I know.
I'm sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold.
The Duke cannot deny the course of law. For the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice, if it be denied, will much impeach the justice of the state. Therefore go. Oh, these griefs and losses have so baited me that I shall hardly find a pound of flesh tomorrow for my bloody creditor.
Pray God the son who come to see me pay is dead. And I care not.
Madam, if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of my lord your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than customary kindness would allow you.
I never did repent for doing good, or shall not now. From companions that do converse and waste the time together, there needs must be a like proportion of lineaments, of manners, and of spirit. Which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord. If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul from out of this state of hellish cruelty. Oh, this comes too near the praising of myself, therefore no more of it. Here are other things. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my lord's return. For my own part, I have towards heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only intended by Nerissa here, until my husband and her lord's return.
Madam, with all my heart I shall obey you in all fair commands.
Fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you. Go. Speed to Padua. Render this into my cousin's hands, old Bellario. Go. Is it not so, cousin Bellario?
See, Jessica. Look how the floor of heaven is thick inlaid with patterns of bright gold. There's not the smallest orb that you behold, but in his motion, like an angel, sings. Such harmony is in immortal souls. But whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it.
I am never merry when I hear sweet music.
The reason is your spirits are attentive. The man that hath no music in himself, nor is not moved with concord of sweet sounds, is fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils. The motions of his spirit are as dull as night, and his affections are as dark as Erebus. Let no such man be trusted. Hark the music.
We shall see our husbands before they think of us.
Shall they see us?
They shall, Nerissa. But in such a habit that they shall think we are accomplished with what we lack. I'll hold you any wager, when we are both accoutred like young men. I'll prove the prettier fellow of the two.